This video is dedicated to one of my subscribers. You know who you are. This is the LEGO Creator Pink Flamingo set. It's a set that releases in March 2025, but I was able to get it early. Here's a look at the front of the box. We see here the flamingo itself, as well as the cockatoo and axolotl alternative builds. Here's a look at the back of the box with different angles for each animal. This is very useful when we're going to build this without the instructions. The push tabs say to open this box from the bottom, but I will open it from the top, just to make life easier for myself when I put stuff back in the box later. Let's see what's inside. In this set, we got only 2 numbered bags, as well as these instructions that I will not be using. You got separate paper instructions for each build, and the instructions are also available online if you prefer that. So somewhat unusually, this set includes an orange brick separator. Usually these are only included in the larger sets, but it's appreciated here because you can use this to take apart the flamingo to rebuild it into the cockatoo or axolotl or the other way around. And because the set is not released at the time of the recording of this video, here's the part list if you're interested, in case you want to build this for yourself right before it releases. Comment down below if you see any interesting or new parts. Alright, on with the build. Bag 1 builds the head, neck, tail, main body, and one of the sides of the pink flamingo, and I'm left with these pieces. I'm not quite sure where they go, but I'll hold on to them in this pile in case we need them for bag 2. Bag 2 gives us the other side of the flamingo, literally the legs and this base. Now let's put everything together, and with that we'll be done with the build. And there we have it. This is our flamingo. So here we have it next to a minifigure. This is sold separately, of course. There are no minifigures in the set, but it's just to get an idea of the size and scale of the thing. So it's quite sizable in terms of its actual size, especially when the neck is fully extended like this to the maximum height. So that's pretty cool. And it feels magical to me, the way how basically this whole thing is held by just this one Technic assembly. So that's pretty cool. It does wobble a little bit, but it does not bother me because I have no fear of this falling off. It's pretty well balanced, pretty well put together. So I'm pretty happy about that. I also like the color scheme. The coral is very strong, very bright, and it makes sense for the subject matter, which is a pink flamingo, instead of using just the regular pink color, which is used here for some of the accents as well as the tail. Let's do a 360-degree view of this thing. So yeah, it looks pretty good all around. And here's what it looks like from the top as well as from the bottom. Now, to be fair, I did not build this stand exactly the way it was supposed to be because I'm doing this just based on the box, this stand right here. So I don't know if this is what it's supposed to look like exactly because of these small gaps, but I don't think it's a major thing. So this is what it's going to look like when you build it, even with the instructions. But you're just going to put these pieces here to fill in those small gaps, and overall it's not a big difference. So yeah, while we're talking about the base, we have here some space-like foliage. So I'm pretty sure these don't exist in real life, these transparent leaves here, but they're pretty cool. So we're blending fantasy with real life in LEGO here, and that does not bother me. Maybe in the past it would have bothered me, but now I understand that this is part of LEGO's new aesthetic for 2024, 2025, and when you put this next to other LEGO space sets, it all just makes sense to me. And if you're not happy about these parts in particular, you can always change them for more traditional foliage pieces, and maybe LEGO should have included these same pieces in green, just for people who want to have that option, but I'm personally not bothered by it. The aqua color here is meant to represent water, maybe water with a bit of foam, or water during certain times of the day where it's very, very bright, and the fact that this is not too bright makes the flamingo stand out more, so I understand why they use this color. The legs are done well. They're pretty solid, even though they appear to not be, just because everything is held by just this one piece right here, or collection of two pieces. And I like the fact that the Technic pins used here, black with black, white with white, perfect color coordination. You don't see any of those ugly blue pins except here. And I wish that the designer was able to recolor these, so we have a completely color matching thing. Also, same thing for the gray piece right here, but for whatever reason, LEGO is insisting on never recoloring these pieces. Maybe in the future, but for now, that's going to be the way it is. I have this piece right here, which is relatively new, and it's recolored to black, either in this set or relatively recently. So we've seen this in the Himeji Castle set, and now it's good to see it again. We have this neck here that can be adjusted, and we do see this in the manual or on different sides of the box. So this is a different angle, and you can basically play around with these pieces as you like. And the default build has you put all of these with the dots, the mold marks on one side. So I like how the box shows these, just to add a bit of additional texture and to show that these should all be on one side, just for the sake of consistency. But of course, you don't have to follow that if you don't want to. The tail is adjustable a little bit, although lifting it up exposes some of these gray pieces, so I don't know if it's meant to be moved too much. The head is on a ball joint, so it can move up and down. And this piece right here in white, the curved piece, and this smaller curved piece in pink are new for this year. They replace very similar pieces that were a little bit longer. So these pieces are going to be used from now on, just to make LEGO building a bit more flexible. Let's see if I can make it drink water. Basically, how low can this go? So, okay, this is a different look right there. I think this is the furthest extent going in the horizontal direction. And then if we flip this going this way, then yeah, we can send it even underground if we want to. So you could have it perched on a shelf, and then it's like going to the water to get some fish or something. So it's good that we have that possibility. And then we can just flip it right back when we're done. So there's some posing, but you do have to take apart these pieces and put them back together. Unlike with some other sets where you just move things, like you move the head, which is a lot easier than taking things apart and putting them back together. But to be fair, this is more of a display item than a play item, even though it's for kids 8+. I do think lots of adults are going to want to get this set. Maybe change this a little bit to be a bit more realistic, these colors right here. And then this would fit perfectly with some of the LEGO Icons animals that they've done recently, because I do think that it mostly fits with them. Perhaps the head is a little bit oversimplified. I think this could have been done a little bit better, but I have to keep in mind the target audience and the size and complexity of the set. So yeah, overall, it's a pretty nice set to get. Building the set without the instructions was a little bit challenging, not too much. This part right here, figuring out how all this stuff goes together, this was not very easy to do, but it is within the realm of possibility. And I'm pretty sure that I didn't get this 100% correct, because I had some extra pieces left over that are supposed to go in here. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because it all gets covered up, and no one's going to care. The base is not that hard to build. You can just look at the box and build it, and if you have some small gaps that are mostly covered up, in my opinion, it doesn't matter that much. And if you want to build it perfectly, you might need to peek at the instructions a little bit, but I did not want to do that for the base. In terms of price and value, this is a set that costs $25 US or $30 Canadian, 30. And for the amount of stuff that we get here, it's 288 pieces, but a lot of them are large, like this piece right here, this piece underneath it, these pieces, and we get so much colors in coral. I think that it is worth it, even at the regular retail price. Unfortunately, there's no minifigure in this set, but it's not explicitly designed to be minifigure scale or minifigure compatible, but still, I wish they would have included at least one minifigure with the set, but I say that about pretty much every single LEGO set. But this is not a primarily minifigure-oriented set, so I understand why they did not include a minifigure with this one. The head is a bit oversimplified in my opinion. The body is good, the legs are good, the base is nice, but it might be too funky for some people, so I kind of get that perspective, but I'm fine with it personally. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this set. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos coming your way very soon.